Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Wednesday, June 21st. We've got an 11-game main slate on this Wednesday. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so looking at pitcher today, I don't think this is a slate where I'm going to be paying up for pitcher. Your two aces on the slate, or your two guys over 10K, are Carlos Carrasco and Jose Barrios. They're definitely in good spots. Barrios against the White Sox, I definitely like that matchup. The White Sox do strike out a lot versus righties, but they have really been heating up lately. They have really started to hit the ball. Barrios is also really expensive at $11,400, so I don't think I'm going to be on him today. And then Carlos Carrasco against Baltimore, same thing. This is a good matchup. Baltimore does strike out a decent amount versus righties, but Baltimore has also started to heat up as of late. So that's why I think I'm going to be off of Carrasco and Barrios. I think they're just a little bit too expensive. So I'm going to be looking at the mid-range for my two pitchers today. My first guy that I really like is Jordan Montgomery, 7,900, getting a matchup against the Angels. Now, I rostered a guy against the Angels yesterday. I picked Michael Pineda, and he did solid, finished with 18 DraftKings points, I believe, which wasn't great, but definitely got the job done. I think Montgomery is definitely going to have another solid game, similar to Pineda. The Angels, they don't strike out a lot, but they're just not a good hitting team. If you look at their splits so far this year versus lefties, like I said, they don't really strike out a lot. They do rank towards the bottom of the league in K rate, striking out 19.5% of the time. But the average in WOBA, it's way down there. They don't hit lefties well at all. They rank 24th in average versus lefties with a 242 average. And WOBA also ranks towards the bottom of the league as well. They rank 26th in WOBA versus lefties with a 303 WOBA. So this team, although they don't strike a lot, they don't hit lefties well at all. And I like Montgomery today, pitching at home. If you look at his splits, he does pitch a little bit better at home. The ERA is pretty similar for Montgomery. At home, he's given up a 3.82 ERA. On the road, a 3.74. But at home, he's only allowing a 226 average and a 283 WOBA. And if you look at his strikeout rate, his Ks are actually upped a little bit. At home so far this year, he's posted a 27.1% K rate, and then on the road, he's only posted an 18.5% K rate. So maybe same thing like I said yesterday with Pineda. I feel like Montgomery just pitches a lot better in front of his home crowd. So that's why I like him today. He does pitch better at home. The DraftKings scoring also relates to that as well. So far this year, he's averaged 18.5 DK points at home and only 13.7 on the road. So I like Jordan Montgomery today as my SP1 at just 7,900. Since I'm going a little bit cheaper for my two pitchers today, definitely going to have some salary to pay up for some good bats today. There are some teams that I like, teams that you can stack. They're in a good spot, so I definitely think that going cheap for your two pitchers today is going to be something you want to consider. It's going to be something that I'm doing. And I'm going to be looking at for my first pitcher. I like Jordan Montgomery at 7,900. And then for my SP2, my second guy, I really like James Paxton today, 7,700, getting a matchup against Detroit. When you look and see Detroit, you might think it's a bad matchup, but I was looking at Detroit splits versus lefties this year, and they're about an average team versus lefties. If you look at their splits, the K rate, it's about average. They rank 12th in strikeout percentage, striking out 22.3% of the time versus lefties. But the average in WOBA is about middle of the pack. They rank 18th in average versus lefties with a 253 average. WOBA is also around there as well. They rank 13th in WOBA with a 323 WOBA. So this team's about an average team versus lefties. They do have some strikeouts in that lineup, striking out 12th most in the league, 22.3% of the time. So I really like James Paxton today. And we know that Paxton is a heavy strikeout guy. Strikeouts are what makes him so valuable in fantasy. So that's why I really like James Paxton today. If you look at his splits versus righties, he actually gets more strikeouts versus righties. So far this year, he's posted a 27.9% K rate versus righties and only an 18.4% versus lefties. And I was looking at the Tigers' projected lineup. All of the batters they have in the projected lineup are righties. So Paxton will be able to face a bunch of righties, which he does strike out righties more. So I really like James Paxton today. I definitely think he has good upside in this matchup. If you just look at the splits, like I said, he pitches a lot better at home. The DraftKings scoring reflects that. He's averaged 20 DK points at home this year and only 15 on the road. And then he also has faced this Detroit team already once this year and put up 34 DraftKings points against them. Pitched 7 innings, only allowed 4 hits, pitched a shutout, and got 9 strikeouts. So Paxton has already seen this team once and done very well against him. I'm expecting another solid game out of Paxton today. I'm going to be locking him in as my SP2 at 7,700. When you plug in Montgomery and Paxton as your two pitchers, that leaves you an average of 4,300 remaining per player. So we have some good salary to work with. Definitely going to be able to pay up for some bats today, which is the route that I'm going to be taking. So my first hitter that I like, a guy that I want to pay up for today, is Edwin Encarnacion at 4,900, getting a matchup against Kevin Gausman. Encarnacion, he's just been so hot lately, and this is a great matchup against Gausman. If you look at Gausman's splits this year, he actually struggles, or he actually does worse against righties. So far this year versus right-handed pitchers, or against right-handed hitters, he's allowing a 377 average and a 428 WOBA. And if you look at the home run per nine, he gives up a ton of home runs to righties, 1.79 home run per nine so far this year to right-handed hitters. And then the hard contact, it's definitely there as well. So far this year versus righties, getting up a 33.3% hard contact rate. So Gausman has been getting hit really hard this year by righties. I think that's going to continue today. I love these Indians bats. They've just been so hot lately. They've been scoring a ton of runs, and Edwin Encarnacion has definitely contributed to that. He's just been killing it lately. In his last two games, he's put out 37 and 19 DraftKings points, and I believe he homered again today on Tuesday night. I'm not exactly sure. I did think I saw his name pop up on my phone for a home run. So Encarnacion has been really hot lately, and I'm going to keep riding this hot streak. Absolutely love him today. He's going to be playing in Camden Yards in Baltimore, a very hitter-friendly park. Absolutely love Edwin Encarnacion today at first base. I'm going to be locking him in at 4,900. And then at third base, there's a guy that I like here for value, a guy that I think is way too cheap. That's Miguel Sano at just 3,900, getting a matchup against David Holmberg. This Holmberg guy is definitely a guy that we can pick on. And I absolutely love picking on him today with Miguel Sano. I don't know why Sano is 3,900. I think that price tag is too cheap. He has been cold lately. In his last 4 games, he's only put up 5, 3, 0, and 0 DraftKings points. But right now, as I'm recording this video on Tuesday night, he did homer Tuesday night, so maybe that'll get him going. And if you look at Sano's last game, his price tag was 4,800 in his last game, and it dropped all the way down to 3,900. So you're getting a huge discount on him, and this is a great matchup. This Holmberg guy is not really that good of a pitcher. If you look at his batted ball data this year, so far against righties, he's been getting hit pretty hard, giving up a 37.1% hard contact rate to righties. And we know Miguel Sano is one of the most powerful bats in the majors, so I absolutely love him today. I think he has great home run potential. We know Sano has great power, so I really like him for third base value at just 3,900. Then my final play, another guy that I like for value in the outfield, a guy that I took yesterday. That's Carlos Gonzalez, just 3,600, getting a matchup against Taijuan Walker. I absolutely love Cargo today. Again, he is too cheap in my opinion. Told you guys to take him yesterday, and he came through for us. Right now, as I'm recording this video on Tuesday night, he has already hit a home run, so he definitely came through. So I absolutely love Cargo today to keep up this streak. He's just too cheap in my opinion at 3,600. 3,600 playing in course. I don't know why you should be that cheap. And the matchup is pretty good against Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker is definitely a pitcher that we can pick on. So I really like Carlos Gonzalez today. Just 3,600 playing in course field. The best hitters park in the game. The Rockies do have the highest implied run total on this slate. I think they're implied to score like 6.4 runs, 6.5 runs, something like that. They're in a really good spot today against Taijuan Walker. Really like some of these Rockies bats. And I'm going to be looking to get some exposure to their offense with Carlos Gonzalez at just 3,600. So yeah, these are my 5 plays for tonight, guys. I went with Jordan Montgomery, James Paxton, Edwin Encarnacion, Miguel Sano, and Carlos Gonzalez. When you plug these 5 guys in your lineup, that leaves you an average of 4,400 remaining per player, which you can easily work around. That gives you a ton of salary. You can definitely pay up for some of your favorite bats on the slate. Maybe just plug in 1 or 2 value plays and then just jam in whoever you want and build a lineup out of these 5 guys. Or if you want to get my lineups, then be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So be sure to message me on Twitter if you are interested in that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I do upload these videos pretty much every day, so I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, if you scroll down to where the subscribe button is, there is a bell icon. If you click that bell icon, that'll actually notify you every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on any videos, you can do that as well. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys.
I'm sipping on Bel Air, my chick from Bel Air, my whip from Germany, I'm cooler than LL. I'm sipping on Bel Air, my chick from Bel Air, my whip from Germany, I'm cooler than LL.